Anyone can sell electronics. At Electronics Expo, they do more than sell products. They design, install, and support complete technology solutions. From home theaters and whole home audio to lighting, shades, automation, networking, security cameras, and premium entertainment systems. For over 22 years, they've helped thousands of homeowners experience technology at its very best. See the difference for yourself. Visit their Wayne or Paramus stores in New Jersey or shop now at electronicsexpo.com.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Let's go to great journalist Miranda Devine. Miranda, you had a blockbuster column, and boy, it talked about the hypocrisy of the Democratic Party. You probably just heard also that Graham Plattner officially filed his paperwork. So I'm sure we're all going through just a terrible withdrawal, crying over it. He finally filed it officially. Everyone wonders, is he really going to do it?
Isn't that hilarious? Yes. Well, the only reason that this has happened and that he was forced out of the race was because he was tanking in the polls. It looked like Susan Collins was going to win easily. She may still win, depending on who they put up against her, which is an amazing feat for, a fairly elderly incumbent senator in a pretty Democrat state. I think Susan Collins is a quiet achiever there. But, Graham Plattner, there was a big poll done just a few days before the latest race allegation against him. And that showed that with working class white voters, which is most of the Democrat voters in name, Graham Plattner was behind Susan Collins with the working class vote by 23 points. So what an irony that this guy who was manufactured to be this sort of ersatz working class hero, this oyster man construction, wearing, the flannel shirts and the gravelly voice, etc., that the working class that he's supposed to appeal to saw right through him. They saw he was a phony, that he was a silver spooner who went to expensive private schools and whose parents spoiled him rotten. So I think it's just egg on the face of the Democrats, and really to stop them from doing this, to stop them from embracing socialism, what voters should do, whether they like the Republicans or not, is vote against the Democrats in the midterms because they need to be taught a lesson. Obviously, the Joe Biden-Kamala Harris catastrophe wasn't lesson enough.
So who has the courage in the Democratic Party to stand up? I mean, Governor Patterson, do you know yet?
Well, he just got out of the race, so I don't know very much about the other candidates. But they, I would hope, have a much different idea as to how to win than what
who has the
courage?
Overall, I'm talking about what common sense Democrat has the courage to stand up against the socialist
in the whole party.
One senator, Fetterman.
Yep, Fetterman. Anybody else that you can think of, Gov. Patterson?
Myself.
Oh, right. There's two. There's two profiles of courage. Thank goodness.
Josh Shapiro, does he have the courage to do it?
He's kind of been waffling lately. Did you see Miranda? He made some comments that made me sound like he's kind of acquiescing to them a little.
Yes, look, I think it's very, very hard, especially if you do it in today's Democrat Party, because there's such a wave of anti-Semitism. And really, we should call it Jew hatred, call it for what it is. That someone like Josh Shapiro, who has enormous gifts and, who should be a good centrist Democrat, is pretty much ruled out of presidential contention because he would never get the nomination, even though he'd probably, if the Democrats put forward just sensible, middle of the road, old school Clinton-style Democrat, or what Joe Biden pretended to be, they would romp in so many races.
That's probably very accurate.
Yeah, they're incapable of doing it. And it's not good for the country because it allows Republicans to go a little nuts themselves. And it stops any discipline on the Republican Party because they really don't have any proper competition apart from these communists who, mainstream America is not going to go for communists. New York might, and California, where they managed to rig the system. But, the swing states are not going to go for them. And I don't know if Maine was going to go for them, but it looked like they weren't going to once they realised who Graham Plattner was and that he was a phony. That's the big thing. He was a manufactured candidate made in a vat. And the very socialist recruiter that discovered him said, people don't want their candidates made in a vat, when that's exactly what he did with Graham Plattner. They went out and chose him as if it was a casting call for a reality sitcom.
Yeah. And in fact, those people, my favorite line of the whole thing, Miranda, when they did the vetting, was the two people, the guy and the girl. You guys, when they were asked, well, didn't you know the stuff about his background? Did you look at his post? Well, we saw some of the things. Oh, but no big deal. I mean, oh my God, Miranda, it is crazy land. And it's common sense versus crazy, I think, is the way to look at the midterms. Thank you so much, Miranda. We love you. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys. Great to talk to you. Bye.
Get ready, Staten Island.
The Ferry Hawks are back at SIUH Community Park July 7th to the 12th for a 6-game series against the High Point Rockers. Tonight, first pitch is at 6:30. It's Thirsty Thursday with $5 Bud and Bud Light Drafts. Friday, July 10th, first pitch is at 7 p.m. May the Force be with you on Star Wars Night with post-game kids glow around the bases with special lightsaber training packs.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.